My husband's mother has a very nasty character trait, or rather, she has a lot of them, but this one is the most annoying. She is always dragging some junk into our house with my husband, and when her gifts ended up in the trash, she yelled about ungrateful children who do not appreciate her care. My husband and I didn't have to live with his mom. I had a place to live by the time we were married, thanks to my grandparents and parents. But that, unfortunately, didn't save me from regular visits to our house by my mother-in-law. She is retired. She has a lot of time, so she came to us often, especially since we live disappointingly close to her. It's bad form to come empty-handed, so she always brought us something. All her gifts were some prehistoric shabby sofa cushions, incomplete shabby tea set, non-working TV. All this was dragged to us. How this frail woman dragged a heavy empty TV set is still a mystery to my husband and me. Everything that she presented to us long ago asked for the trash, but instead it ended up at our place. Here you sew it up, fix it, glue it, wash it, and you will use it. It's such a thing. It'll last for ages. I wondered several times why she was tearing such good things away from her heart. I shouldn't have, but she smiled at me tenderly and said that she, an old woman, didn't need anything, and we, young people, didn't need to waste money. All this good stuff settled on the balcony and in the closet. It was inconvenient to throw it away. At first, I was embarrassed to tell her that we don't need all this stuff for free. After all, my husband's mother, how to offend her like from the bottom of my heart does. But when I got into her apartment, I had a lot of questions. And I got there after the wedding. Before that, my mother-in-law was renovating, so she didn't invite me to her apartment. But then it was her birthday and we were invited to visit. I expected to see an old lady's apartment, full of all kinds of junk, which she methodically drags to us, but it turned out that she has a modern renovation in her apartment. All the appliances are new, no TVs that do not work, and shabby pillows. The dishes are all new. I began to have vague doubts. I shared them with my husband as soon as we left his mom's house. He said that his mom is greedy and thrifty to the brim. She paid for all the repairs and all the appliances herself with the money she saved. This is great, of course, but it does not clarify why she drags all kinds of junk to us. My husband told me that it's also very important to my mom that everyone thinks well of her. She's always bringing us stuff, so she's a benefactor, taking care of the kids. Give her a plus for that. That's a dubious plus. I asked my husband to talk to my mom so that she would stop bringing us all kinds of slag, and if anyone needs, I will confirm that she is a benefactor, and without her unreasonable help, we would have already died. My husband just sighed and said he tried, but it didn't work. For myself, I decided that I will try to talk to my mother-in-law. At the first opportunity, the chance presented itself quickly. My mother-in-law came to visit us a few days later, bringing some terrible chandelier with a cracked plafond. I thanked her, but asked her not to bring us anything else, because we just don't need it. My husband's mom was insulted and said that she does everything from the heart and we are stale. And she left, but she kept the chandelier. All this really pissed me off, and I decided that it's time to unclutter the apartment. I collected all the dubious gifts and began methodically dragging them to the trash can. My husband took the TV to the dumpster. We had no time to exhale after the cross to the trash, as mother-in-law called. She was hysterical because passing by the dumpster saw all her gifts in the container. We had a full container, so her gifts were on top forming a slide. She hysterical on the phone for about 10 minutes. I hope the mother-in-law is very offended. I really do not want to drag another batch of her gifts to the trash. Let her do it herself.